Well, I want to read you a quick story here, and we'll see how it all goes. You all got your coffee? I recently returned from a coyote calling trip out to the Sandhills, Nebraska, and I got to call coyotes with Neil Davies, the marketing director for Hornady Manufacturing, which is right here in Grand Island, about 35 miles away. And he brought his boys, Aiden and Tristan. And the goal was to try to get Aiden and Tristan a coyote, their first ever coyote nonetheless. So it was a fun trip. It was tough because it's always quick. Neil's very busy, and it's one of those things where we have about a day to try to get something done, and that's pretty tough. But nonetheless, called in quite a few coyotes. Aiden shot his very first ever coyote, and I happened to be the guy that called it in for him, and I coached him. He was sitting right beside me. The coyote came into about 70 yards, and I said, go ahead and shoot him, and he shot him, and a big old male, and just drilled him right in the chest, and he just, boom, straight down. And so it was a really fun deal there. And then we tried getting Tristan on one. It just didn't work out. I tell everybody, getting a coyote is a tough feat, and just the opportunity at one, when you're traveling around or whatever, you may be more lucky. But when you're calling one in and trying to make things all work, and it's late February, they're seasoned, they've been shot at, they've been chased, they've been harassed. So it's not the best circumstances for a kid to really get into it and try to get his first one. And not saying it can't be done, but it just makes it a little tougher than if it was October or September. So what a fun weekend nonetheless. And I do want to show you something that Neil gave me. Him and Tristan, and this hoodie right here. I'm telling you, they were all wearing one out there in the Sandhills, Nebraska. And this hoodie, when I saw them in the terrain, I was like, man, oh man, is that hoodie not perfect for calling coyotes? And it is. It's like an olive drab. If I would say it's a certain color, it's like between a tan and an olive. It blends in so well with the background of Western terrain. So I went here and I looked up their website for Hornady shirts, hoodies, jackets. It's called HornadyGear.com. Hornady, HORNADY, gear, GEAR.com. Go out and check them out. And if you don't see this one on there, ask them about it. I think they're just sampling it. They have some cool shirts and hoodies and jackets on there. Pretty cool. So let me see here. We've got a few viewers typing in, saying good morning to Patrick. Okay, now let me see here. Sorry everyone, I'm just trying to figure all this out. Trying to make it worthwhile for everyone. This is my very first Java topic of the morning Java with Les. While I was out there in the Sandhills, Nebraska, hunted on a very big ranch north of Hyannis, and I got to meet one of the employees of this ranch, and his name's Gentry. He actually he had a high fever when he was young, and he lost his hearing, so he wears hearing aids. He's only 25 years old, and his speech is impaired. But one thing's for sure, he's good at pencil drawing. He drew this for me while I was out there. He slipped away for a little bit, and then he came back and he gave this to me. So special thank you to Gentry. Pretty cool that people do that stuff for me. So I'm going to have that framed, and I'm going to have it on the wall here at Predator Quest. I get so many cool things from so many different people, letters and thank yous and emails and everything. So if any of you have ever sent anything to me, thank you so much. It definitely makes my day, if not my year. Now, I do want to talk to you a little bit about an article. I started yesterday, and what happened was my whole phone crashed because just when I was trying to go live, several people tried calling me. So my phone was ringing right when I was doing live. So then I'd have to reach up and hit decline. And yes, I do avoid phone calls only because I have to sometimes. But I found out that it crashed my whole system. When the phone would pop up showing that I had a phone call, it would crash it. So basically my live segment, I thought I was live, and I ended up not being live. I was live for a little bit, but I think only until the first phone call came through. So here's the deal. I want to read to you what's called the Coyote Principle. It's a pretty cool story. Basically, I read a lot. I love reading. I love reading about financials, about the United States economy. I love reading about that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I think a lot of it's because when I was in high school, I took math, and I took a semester of math every year, probably 2 semesters of math. But whenever I got to college, they said I had a math deficiency. And I'm like, how could I have a math deficiency? Because I took math all the time. And I can't say that I just aced it. I can add everything in my head. I'm very good with numbers. But when it comes to algebra, trigonometry, calculus, some of that stuff, yeah, whatever, right? Well, anyway, so I get to college and I have a math deficiency, so I couldn't even get into a normal math college level class. So I had to go off campus and take a beginner level math class just to get into my college level math. So I started out as an ag business major, and obviously with ag business, it's a lot of math, and it's a lot of accounting. It's a lot of numbers. Well, after doing some ag econ and some of that stuff, I was like, I don't need all this crap. So basically what I ended up doing was changing my major several times because I found things that really, really fit me well. So basically, as I graduated from college, and I've always been around numbers because I've owned numerous businesses, and you have to be a number cruncher in order to be successful at business. So basically, with a deficiency in math or numbers, I've always been intrigued to learn more about something I've never been that good at. So I love reading about financials, the economy, how everything works. And I'm just fascinated by it, and I just try to learn. I read. And lo and behold, it helps me to grasp things, and I'm hoping that I can have some of it stick in my brain. That's the tough part for me. I think I forget a lot. But I want to read to you. I go to Jim Sinclair a lot. Jim Sinclair is very, very, very smart when it comes to the monetary issues of the world and monetary policy, as is one of his people that write on his website as well. So this is Bill Holter. He wrote this. It's called the Coyote Principle. And I want to go over that with you just to... I want to see if anybody else has responded here. I don't know why, but on my YouTube, I can't get it to bring it up that I'm live. typically I can see it and I can respond to people. Let me look real quick here. Nope, let me go to live streaming. Okay. Let me see. Man, this is cool. I just need to figure out how to do it more. Oh, man. Anyway, here's the coyote principle. I want you to watch or listen to this. The coyote principle. California. The governor of California is jogging with his dog along a nature trail. A coyote jumps out and attacks the governor's dog, then bites the governor. The governor starts to intervene, but reflects upon the movie Bambi and then realizes that he should stop because the coyote is only doing what is natural. He calls animal control. Animal control captures the coyote and bills the state $200 testing it for diseases and $500 for relocating it. There's $700. He calls a veterinarian. The vet collects the dead dog, so the governor's dog got killed, and bills the state $200 for testing it for diseases. The governor goes to the hospital and spends $3,500 getting checked for diseases, and the coyote and on getting his bite wound bandaged. The running trail gets shut down for 6 months while Fish and Game conducts a $100,000 survey to make sure the area is now free of dangerous animals. So now they're calling a coyote a dangerous animal. The governor spends $50,000 in state funds implementing a coyote awareness program for residents of the area. Now, I don't know if it's the same coyote awareness program, but I had a gentleman send me from California a coyote awareness brochure so you know exactly how to avoid a coyote, what they look like, what the body language looks like, and how to avoid that animal if he's acting aggressive. Now, how crazy is that, okay? Oh my gosh. The state legislature spends $2 million to study how to better treat rabies and how to permanently eradicate the disease throughout the world. Okay, now California is going to eradicate rabies just because of this incident. Okay, and finally, PETA protests the coyote's relocation and files a $5 million suit against the state. How great is that? So one coyote, one bite, one attack has caused, I don't know, you're looking at 7,500,000, let's just say, right in there for one coyote incident, okay? Meanwhile, in the wonderful state of Texas, the governor of Texas is jogging with his dog along a nature trail. And I do remember this. I heard about it. A coyote jumps out and attacks his dog. The governor shoots the coyote with his state-issued pistol and keeps jogging. The governor has spent 50 cents on a 45 ACP hollow point cartridge. Finally, the buzzards eat the dead coyote. And that, my friends, is why California is broke and Texas is not. Go Texas. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. That blows me away. But anyway, I just wanted to tell all of you this story. Morning Java with Les. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to try to do this more often. Just a story about my life, possibly a calling story, something to interact with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm going to hit the coyote trail.